Oh gosh. Happy Thursday everyone and welcome to the month of February. I'll be honest, I'd be lying if I didn't say that the end of January didn't end so great for me. I mean, long story short, I got in a fight with my folks last night. Yeah. First major thing that happened this whole year, actually. But you know what? I mean, admittedly I screwed up. I will admit that. I did. I'll be honest, they screwed up worse, but I didn't make things any better either. So, yeah, everybody was at fault here. But, you know, I do feel better about admitting it, so needless to say, that was my love. Real shame too, up until that happened, it was a pretty solid day. I mean, the video went off without a hitch. I made yesterday, obviously. Had elbow room for dinner last night. You know, again, up until like the very end, it was pretty good, but it really shouldn't have happened. Although, and I will admit, to put things into perspective how bad I felt about it, like, I really didn't sleep very well, like, at all. I mean, I don't feel that tired yet, but at some point it's probably going to hit me like a ton of bricks. On the positive note, though, I was legit feeling kind of worried about, like, how I was going to get to doing this video. But, like, right before, you know, I pressed record, you know, I checked my email, checked out my social media pages, you know, the stuff I'm on, you know, like Facebook and YouTube and stuff. And literally, I felt better after seeing a memory of one person in which, like, really their kid did a live video. And I thought it was the most adorable and funniest thing I'd ever seen. Like, this is exactly what I needed to make me feel better and mentally prepare to press record and therefore start this video. And yeah, it did make me feel better. So thank you, little bro. He knows. On the very slim chance he ever sees this, he knows exactly who it is. Anyway, so. Do I have an act of kindness? Well, actually, yeah, I do have an act of kindness. I actually brought in the garbage cans for my folks. You know, yesterday was garbage day, and so I brought the garbage in for my folks. So, I actually did a little research about today. And I alluded to this in yesterday's video as well. But today is actually considered Imbolc. Actually, let me find out for a second. I literally just had it a second ago. I was also checking up upcoming events or whatever. And, yeah, I was right. Yeah, I was right in yesterday's video when I said Saturday is National Ice Cream for Breakfast Day. Which, yeah, I'm going to. I got a gift card for the last stand, so might as well. Okay, yeah, let's see. Perfect. Okay, so Imbolc, a pagan holiday celebrated from February 1st through sundown of February 2nd, based on a Celtic tradition. Imbolc was meant to mark the halfway point between the winter solstice and the spring equinox in Neolithic Ireland and Scotland. So, honestly, from that, all I heard is that we're halfway through winter, guys. We're legit halfway through winter. That's awesome. I love that. And that's a good goal. Well, here's the thing. Like, on the whole, it's only been about 38 days. And we have well over 50 going into spring. So, it's a little bit off regarding the legit halfway mark. But if people are calling this the halfway point between the halfway point between the beginning of winter and the beginning of spring, why not? I'll say we're halfway there. I mean, frankly, I've always felt that if we can just make it to March, we have a chance. Especially when, maybe that's why the argument I got into with my folks last night got to be so heated. I think at this point, we really are wanting warmer weather to get here now. But we still have a ways to go. I think deep down, we're all just getting a little bit impatient by it. And, it's going to get here. It is. I mean, we already just finished January. So, clearly time is moving here. We just wish for it to move a little faster. But, sadly, that's not how it is. Honestly, time moves at the exact pace it's supposed to go, whether we realize it or not. Sometimes there are some days where it feels like it only days only feel like a couple of hours. There's some days that feel like they go on for an entire week. But regardless, time moves at its given pace. And we usually have to accept that. Actually, we absolutely have to accept that. I said usually because I couldn't think of a better word at the moment. So, and I will admit, it's been a pretty solid, what happened last night, though, that was a complete anomaly. January was still a really great month. It was. Again, the best now 6 months of my life. It really is just getting more and more to that point where, from the very beginning of that period of time, I felt so much better that I hardly recognize myself. Well, sometimes I feel that way. Obviously, I recognize myself. I mean, all I gotta do is look in the mirror, or just look at what I do every day, doing these videos and such. But, and I said this yesterday too, there's a lot of stuff to look forward to in February. I mean, we're literally starting today with a new Hot Ones episode today at 11. That's already awesome. And we got John Oliver. That's going to be really cool. And actually, I have to check the weather. Actually, I can check the weather. Check the weather right now. Right now, it's actually 36 and cloudy. It's pretty warm for this time of year. I mean, 36 degrees is still cold, but it's above freezing anyway. So, you don't really got to worry about, ice being on the roads because it'd be too warm for the ice to be around. I mean, obviously, for those of you who forget how science works, basically when it comes to water freezing, it's just a fancy way of saying temperatures can get so low that molecules will move slower to a point where that's when water starts to freeze. If you reach something called absolute zero, which I believe is negative 473 Kelvin, is when molecules don't move at all. In fact, I do believe it is impossible to reach absolute zero. That's why it's called absolute zero. It's scientifically, I don't think we've ever actually figured out if we've ever actually reached absolute zero. At least not naturally anyway. I mean, obviously absolute zero has to exist because someone would have had to have discovered it for it to be a thing, right? I mean, that's usually how it works. Usually for something to exist, you usually have to, make it so. Or if it's a theory, you have to go through a series of, tests and hypotheses to make sure your theory works. The point is, we got to where we are largely because of trial and error. But we got to where we are because, we thought to ask the important questions and now hearing, what was I talking about again? Oh, right, how to get through, wow, this video got all scientific. I did not mean for it to be that way, but it did. So, yeah, we're in February right now. You know, the shortest month of the year. And, you know, it's like what Lewis Black once said, we made it the shortest month of the year and it still seems longer. And, yeah, I can totally see, like, probably, like, after Valentine's Day, that's when the month is going to seem like it's the longest. Especially if you're a single loser like me who has nothing going on. So, you know, it's funny, I literally just thought of this, but, I was a huge fan of Kim Possible back in the day, and I'll never forget that one episode in the last season where, Kim and Ron were talking about Valentine's Day. For those of you who don't know, spoilers by the way, in the final season, that's when Kim and Ron finally start being a couple and they started dating. And they're talking about Valentine's Day, and Ron's like, well, yeah, I never had a date for Valentine's Day. And then, like, the camera pans to Kim. Kim's just like, and then Ron's like, oh, I actually have a date for Valentine's Day. Oh, like, that would totally be me. That would so totally be me. If, like, I had a date for Valentine's Day. Like, I really would be that kind of guy who wouldn't realize he has a date for Valentine's Day until I look at my date and I'm like, oh my God, I have a date for Valentine's Day. I gotta get her flowers. Like, that would be me. That would so be me. Well, I would do more than just get flowers, you know. I get flowers. You know what? I'm gonna save that video for Valentine's Day. Because, you know, to this day, I still consider day 45, way back when I started doing videos. That was actually the first holiday, the first real legit public holiday that, you know, I talked about in my videos because, you know, it was Valentine's Day. Like, that was the first major holiday video I ever did. So that one's got, to this day, it still has a special place in my heart. No pun intended. So, I mean, the last 6 years I've done nothing but preach about, you know, I don't want to get into it. Honestly, I think I'll save talking about Valentine's Day on Valentine's Day, as that makes the most sense to do. But, you know, there's a few things going on as well. I'm going to Scat and Skate in a couple days. I'll be going to the grand opening of a Gracie Jane Boutique. That's going to be awesome. let me look at Argyle real fast, because I actually thought about seeing Argyle tonight, but then I saw the reviews it's getting. It's not really getting that good reviews. Yeah, like a 38 on Rotten Tomatoes. Does that have a consensus? No, it doesn't. Well, regardless, I don't think I'm going to go see it. So, at this moment in time, I have nothing going on regarding what my plans are this evening. I mean, I might go out and do something, I don't know. Maybe go to Picks or something. I mean, I've got options. There's actually a few things I gotta get too, so, you know, go to the store and get groceries and stuff, I don't know. I gotta think some stuff through. But I do know that I'm in for having a good day today. I'm sure. I'm sure it's gonna be an awesome day, you know. Honestly, I mean, it was funny. I actually thought about, you know, what's coming up this month. And I'm like, wait, Rita's is going to open soon. But then I remember Rita's is going to be opening on March 1st. And we're in February 1st. And what's even funnier is I can't say it's 4 weeks away because it's 2024. It's a leap year. I can't say it's 4 weeks away. I have to say it's 4 weeks and 1 day away. Because it's 29 days in the month of February. Although, it did get me excited thinking that March 1st, the day Rita's opens, it's going to be a Friday. Oh, it's going to be awesome. Oh, man, I can't wait. Like, that might be like the biggest Friday I look forward to this year so far. But we're not there yet. In fact, we're only 7 hours and 10 minutes into February at the time of me saying this. So just take it 1 second at a time. And, yeah, we'll get there. We will. Again, you got, at least this weekend, I got Scat and Scatting Open and Gracie Jane Boutique. We got the Super Bowl. We got Valentine's Day. We got a lot going on this month. Honestly, I think getting through this first half is going to be pretty solid. I think it's going to be the second half of this month where things are going to start to get kind of... Like, I can totally see a scenario where people start getting tense over halfway through February just because, like, we're almost there. It's so close. And actually, I forgot to talk about yesterday? Cabin Fever. I forgot Cabin Fever's going on in February. That might just be, that's going to be the last Friday in February. If I play all my cards right, I should have something going on every weekend in the month of February. Okay. Now I'm being a little more optimistic. This is good. We want to be optimistic in February. So, I'm feeling pretty solid right now. I'm feeling really good. We just gotta make it happen. And, if you really are feeling like winter is dragging out too long, if you really are feeling as if you're alone in this, feeling depressed, trust me, I get you. I totally understand where you're coming from. I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel it either. So honestly, if I have any advice at the moment, is if you really are feeling depressed right now because of the fact it's cold outside, it's dark outside more often than not, like no one wants to go out and do anything, the only way to get through that is if we gotta be there for each other. We gotta get through this together. Yeah, I know it sounds cliche. I know you've probably heard that 1,000 times in your lifetime, but it really couldn't be more true than right now. But again, that's just my advice. I hope you like this video. If you did, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I am very homely in this video. For all you guys watching Jordan video, hopefully you have a wonderful Thursday. I said happy Thursday, right? No, happy Thursday. And remember, if you guys want to talk to us, we're here to lend you on your back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.